number 2 this morning. So I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes to come back and find me. It appears now that I am live in both Facebook and YouTube. So please let me know when you're here, when you found me. Say hello. Okay, so it's just popping up that now we are streaming on Bird's Nest Designs on Facebook. And I now have an email saying we are live over on YouTube as well. So please say hello. Let me know you're here. Welcome. For those of you just finding me for the very first time, welcome to my craft room. My name is Denise Cox, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Archewell, Saskatchewan, Canada. And I come live to you weekly, usually Wednesday mornings, to showcase some fun stamping projects. And our series is called Craft from Your Stash. So I show you how to make the same card 2 different ways using different supplies. Some new supplies that you could opt to purchase, or some that you can pull off your shelf that you may already own. My goal is to inspire you to stamp with what you have and get the most out of that investment, because don't forget, we bought those stamps because we love them, right? So let's use them. We don't always have to have the latest and greatest, although sometimes there's some that we just can't live without. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you for coming back and finding me. Sorry for that little mishap, but something was going wrong in technology world this morning. So if you're just joining me, I did come live, but it wasn't working over on YouTube, and I was getting some crazy messages. So we just rebooted, restarted, and here we are again. So today is April 30th. We have a brand new catalog coming out in just a week. May 6th, the new annual catalog launches, and I am so excited for this one. It's nice to get a refresh. This catalog is totally different than anything we've had before. The layout is great. There's lots of scrapbooking. Oh, I see. Scrapbooking supplies for those of you who love to scrapbook. You're gonna love this new catalog. Lots of options, and along with the new catalog is also a very improved, or I shouldn't say improved because it's always been great, but there's tons, let's just say this, there's tons of products on the online exclusives as well. So come May 6th, make sure you check out both the annual catalog and the online exclusives because they're fabulous. If you go to the what's new section, you'll see them all, and they are really, really awesome. We're going to be using some new products today. We're going to pair it up with some old ones, and we're going to just kind of take a spin on a fun birthday card. So good morning, Tina. Nice to see you. I see a few of you now finding us, so it looks like everything is working this time. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to kick off your day with some creativity. I have already had my 2 cups of coffee, so I am resorting to water this morning. It was an early morning getting ready for a bunch of things, a very busy day ahead of me. Lots of time going to be spent here in my craft room getting caught up and organized for things to come. So I hope you guys are excited. We are going to be playing today with Pattern of Friendship, which is an online exclusive stamp set. Just words. I love these stamp sets because sometimes the stamps that you love the images in, maybe the words aren't quite right. So having some sentiment stamp sets on hand is always a great idea because you can just pull these off and mix and match them with whatever you want. So that's what we're going to use today. We're going to use Pattern of Friendship from the online exclusives. And we're going to be using some brand new paper that'll be available on May 6th. And that is the Florals in Bloom paper. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to show you guys up close each sheet because it's just absolutely gorgeous. But this will be available as part of the online exclusive starting on May 6th. It says Feathered Friends under your video today. Does it really? Okay, I will have to look at that. Like I said, things went a little bit wonky. So I'll have to maybe go back into YouTube, Tina, and adjust the description after the fact. But right now, I don't know why. Let me just have a quick look. I can pull it up on my phone and see what on earth is happening. I tell you, sometimes you are right, and it's showing it as, is it showing it as, oh my goodness, you guys. I tell you, like I said, I can be as prepared as I want for the crafty things, but I can't control the technology. Okay, I will adjust the YouTube thing. the description and all those things for Feathered Friends later. This video is public to everybody, and I will make sure that that description reflects that. Hopefully over on Facebook, it probably says the same. Anyway, I don't know. There's gremlins in our technology this morning. It's all good. We're here. We're stamping. We're going to have fun. We're going to kick off the morning with some creativity, some really pretty flowers, as I was saying, with the Florals in Bloom paper. I'll show you that up close and personal as soon as we turn the camera down. Now for our retired stamp set, I've actually got two for you today. I've got a card I made ahead of time just so I could kind of play around with it a bit, and I used the adorable Rhino Ready stamp set for that one. So you'll see a sample with this. And then for our second card using retired products, I have chosen the Hippest Hippos. Now this one is super adorable. It was a celebration one that you could earn for free, and throughout the series I've heard lots of people say the hippos would be cute there, the hippos would be cute there. So we're going to use these cute little hippos today. All right, so let me know in the comments if that's a stamp set that you have and love, and hopefully you guys can keep the chit chat up in the comments. And I am going to flip the camera down. Okay, here we are. So as I mentioned, we're using the Florals in Bloom designer paper. This is a piece we're using, and I bet I would easily say it's my favorite one in the collection. I just think it's just absolutely beautiful. I love flowers, but I'm terrible with names, so I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but they are stunning. And the colors are great. The back side is this fun little pattern with all different shades of green, so that's really good. Good morning, Sue. Now let me show you in bigger pieces what the other patterns are. So this is my next favorite, this one, because I love the pinks and the reds and all those fun colors. And then on the back are these fun little splotches. This one we're also going to use bits and pieces of today. This one's great for fussy cutting out these beautiful floral images. And on the back are this lovely lines in cloud cover, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Here's the third sheet right here. Another one that you could easily cut these flowers out, use it as a nice bold background on your cards or your scrapbook layouts. And the other side are these pretty purple blooms. So super beautiful paper. I love this. This one's nice and bright again, and we can fussy cut or die cut these florals, and lots of different colors to choose from things. And lastly, we have this pretty one in the teals and orange, which I think is a stunning combination. So we have that piece, and that's the back in a strawberry slush pattern. So again, that paper is called, let me just flip over my container here, Florals in Bloom. And the number is 165175. It will be available through the online exclusive section May 6th. So don't miss out on that paper. It is stunning. But if you don't have it and you have lots of other floral papers or colorful papers, you can use that in place. I'm just doing all three cards today exactly the same. Now that being said, my May card class, my Creatively Hatched card class, like remember I told you before, I'm changing it up. But we're going to use that beautiful paper in the cards we're making for Creatively Hatched in May. Forgive the cellophane they're in. But those are the cards that we're going to be making for that card class. So using this paper, you'll get some of that if you live here in Canada and sign up for the class. All right, are we ready to stamp? Okay, let me first show you the card that I made using the, actually no, I'm going to leave that for a bit of a surprise. Let's go first to our current one. So as I mentioned before, we're going to be using Pattern of Friendship sentiment stamp for all of these cards. And I am in need of birthday cards, so today's video is going to be helping me get prepared for that. So we're going to be using this fun happy birthday sentiment right here. Again, you can find this right now on the online exclusives. It's a really fun set. I love the fonts they've chosen, and the sentiments are really awesome. So that is what we're going to do first. So on both of these pieces of white here, they are 1 inch by 2 3/4, and we're going to use Petunia Pop, and we're going to stamp happy birthday onto both of those. Okay, we're going to keep these cards like so similar but very different, if that makes sense. So we're going to use the same products, the same ink, the same consumables, but we're going to switch up the focal point so that we have different cards. Okay, so there's our happy birthday. Ooh, Anita, you have both of these sets. That's awesome. Okay, so now that we have that, I've got a small piece here
of Petunia Pop, and it measures just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So this one was 1 by 2 3/4. This is 1 1/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to adhere our birthday sentiments onto our Petunia Pop. I hope you guys can see. Okay. All right, and then we'll take this one and we'll put it, oops, not on an angle. We're going to straighten it out. There we go. Okay, so there's our happy birthday. Isn't that a great font? So fun. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to take our cloud cover card bases. Now this is a new in color that you'll be available to purchase on May 6th, but there is something I need to tell you. So right now, the cloud cover ink pad is not performing up to Stampin' Up's standards. And so they have, they're not releasing that. We weren't able to buy that in our pre-orders because they weren't happy with the quality. And I appreciate that they're so particular about the quality of the products that they put out. So our latest update was that the cloud cover ink pad is not going to be available in our standard ink pads that we're used to, like this, but it will be an option to purchase the stamping spots and the re-inker and create your ink pad that way, which is what I will be doing. They did announce that demonstrators could buy the existing ink pads like this with the quality the way it was. I'm not going to do that because I feel like I would want to show you in my videos, if I use that color, how you would get it too. And so we want to make the best of our product. So that is an update about cloud cover, the new in color. But the paper here that we're using, it's such a pretty color. At first I didn't really care for it, but I think it's a really pretty color that you can use as a nice neutral base. So today we're going to use that as our card bases. And then we're going to take our Florals in Bloom designer paper and we're going to adhere that to the front of the card. Just like that. We'll do the same over here. So imagine you could do this layout. Like I really, really love this sketch. It's a sketch I found on Pinterest and I thought, oh my gosh, I just love the way it's nice and clean and it's just easy and I just loved it. So that's what we're using today, this beautiful sketch. So then I've cut out the largest circle from Stylish Shapes and I've got one for each card. And we'll pop it over. Okay. And I put bumpets on the back. Okay. Here. All right, so then we're going to put this circle over here so it's overlapping that designer paper. As I mentioned, this is a really nice and clean sketch and I just love the way all the elements come together. So there's our circle. And then we'll take this happy birthday that we created. If you don't have the patterns of friendship, don't worry. You can use any sentiment you have in your collection that you love. And you can make this rectangle bigger or smaller depending on what size you need for your sentiment. But as I mentioned, I am needing birthday cards. So I thought today we're going to make 2 of them and 1 sample. So I've got 3 cards after today's video that I can use to send out. Okay, now here's our happy birthday. I just put the dimensionals in the bottom corners nice and tight because this is going to kind of come on here like this. Okay. So that's why I wanted to bump it. So I didn't want them up here where they're going to overlap this and things aren't going to be straight and even. So that's why we did it that way. And we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so there's our base. Now, aren't those pretty? Like just like that, it's such a nice eye-catching layout. But for this card, which is our current card, we're going to use some of the die or the fussy cut florals I showed you in that Florals a Bloom paper. Okay, so we're going to make a really pretty card with this one. So we can just kind of, I've already cut them out and I cut them out of the this piece here. Okay, so you can see the florals I cut out a few of the leaves as well. And we're going to take some more bumpets. I'm going to have to grab some more, I think, before this video is done. And we're going to put a few bumpets on the back of the large flower. And then I'm going to tuck it kind of under that petunia pop layer and pull this petal on the top so it looks like it's cascading over top. And I think that looks really pretty. Okay, and then good morning, Joan. Nice to see you. Then we're going to take the smaller one and we'll pop a bumpet on the back. Okay, and then that one can kind of go like that. And then I've cut out some leaves as well. So we're going to go ahead and add in some greenery. It always kind of finishes off the florals. So we'll tuck one in there. Again, that was on a bumpet, aka dimensionals if you're here for the first time. And then we'll put another one here. And this one I think we'll tuck underneath there, like maybe like this. Okay, now, isn't that gorgeous? I think that is so pretty. For our inside of our card, I've got the standard 4x5 1/4 basic white, and then I've showed you guys this trick before if you follow me, but don't ever discredit these partial florals on the edge of the designer paper, because that's what I'm using here for the inside of my card. I've taken that partial one, you can see it was cut right off of that flat edge, and I'm going to stick that here on the bottom of my card. And then the same with the leaf. I cut out this partial leaf as well. And I'm going to tuck that in here. So there's the inside of our card used from the edge of the designer paper that otherwise may have got tossed out. So there we have it. That's my little tip for you. Don't discredit those little images that you could fussy cut. Okay, so this one's going to go on the inside. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Kathy. It's such an easy card, but it's so pretty. Okay, so there's our beautiful card. We're going to add some bling. And for this one, I've chosen the Riverside Irregular Pearls. Just need to grab my take a pick tool. Okay, and we can grab whatever color we think is going to look nice, but I think this one's pretty. So let's put one of those. There's 3 different colors. We'll put one down there. And what I love about these is they are so shiny and colorful. Like they're iridescent, so they pick up different colors depending on the light. So there is card number 1 using the Florals of Bloom and the Patterns of Friendship. Let me know in the comments what you think of that one. And then we'll continue on to our second card. We've already got the base of it done. As you can see, very, very similar. This time we're going to pull in a retired stamp set that is like so adorable. Hippest Hippos. I'm trying to get it so that light's not shining on it. It's not working very well. But anyway, this is a Hippest Hippos, which was Celebration a few times ago. Hopefully you have this one in your collection. If you don't, then you can just switch this same idea out for any cutesy stamp you have. Or maybe you want to do another floral one and switch it up and grab a different floral. So I'm going to put a piece of basic white. And I'm trying to decide. I think we're going to use this little girl. The little tutu one for the outside. So I am going to just push that over. Yes, Carla, I agree. You could use this layout for any floral stamp set or designer paper that you want to fussy cut. I'm a huge fan of fussy cutting images out of the designer paper. So this little one here, the little tutu girl, we're going to put on the front of our card. And then we're going to take this little one with the floral, holding the flower. We're going to put it in the corner of the inside of our card. All right. So, of course, our hippos need a little bit of coloring. And so I've pulled in some of my blends. Now, naturally, hippos, I would say, are going to be like a gray tone, gray granites, smoky slate, but they could also be something fun and different, and we could use Pool Party. So what do you guys think? Should we use the Pool Party or the smoky slate to color our hippos? Leave it in the comments. Let me know what your preference is. And in the meantime, I'm going to use Petunia Pop to color her tutu and her little ballet shoes. And then we'll use this also to color the floral on the other hippo on the inside. Now, if we had cloud cover blends, which they will be available, they just weren't part of our pre-order, so I wasn't able to order them yet. But I think that would be a really great color for a hippo as well. Okay. So cute. This is like one of my favorites. A lot of the celebration stamps that we've had, like the hippos, the owls, the donkeys, the seagulls, like all those cutesy ones are like some of my very favorites. All right, so then with our dark petunia, we're gonna grab and just kind of add a little bit of a highlight here. Okay, and then maybe a little bit over here. The flower is pretty small, but we can add just a little bit along the base. All right. Okay, so I only see one suggestion from Joan saying smoky slate. So let's go with that. We'll do smoky slate. Maybe we'll do pool party for her little belly. So we'll do smoky slate here. On the other card I did using the Rhine already, I did use cloud cover, but I had to use the Stampin' Right marker. And so the coloring was it's a little bit streaky, because that's the difference between markers between, oh, I just colored her belly gray. We'll fix it. Trying to talk and color at the same time. All right. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So what I'm going to do, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm going to take the color lifter and I'm just going to put it over top of where I colored the gray that I didn't want it. Just see what it does with that color. So the idea is just put it on and leave it. So we're going to do exactly that. And then we'll come over here to the inside of our card and we're going to color this hippo as well. And we might as well make them matching. So we'll color this one smoky slate too. Aren't they just adorable? So how many of you have already had a chance to look through the new annual catalog, the 2025-2026 annual, and are excited about it? I'd love to know what your favorite thing about it is. Whether there's a favorite suite or stamp set in there, maybe the layout's your favorite, the scrapbooking things. There's so many things to see in there. So if you already have it, I'd love to know what you're most excited about. Good morning, Bev. So nice to see you. Okay, so we're grabbing the dark smoky slate here. Do you see what's happened over there on the ballerina belly? It's kind of taken that color out. It's the magic of that color lifter. The key to that I learned after many failed attempts is patience. So put it on, walk away. Put it on, walk away, and then it will remove that color. It's not instant. It's not like an eraser. Okay. So we'll just get this cutie like that. We'll come over here to the hippo and we'll do the same. Add a little bit of color and shading. Oh, look at what I did again. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm just destined to like color that incorrectly. Well, I shouldn't say it. It's not incorrect, of course. There's no mistakes in stamping. We can do whatever we like. But it's not what I intended to do. That's what I should say. Okay, so there is our sweet little hippo. Then I'm going to switch to pool party. And we're going to color the bellies. So this is light pool party. Like we said, we're stamping, and these could be any color we wanted, right? Now we'll come in and add some pool party down here, and it's going to look a little different just because of the gray I put in there. Ah, I love that you love. I brought out the hippos, Margaret. They're so sweet. You'll see more of them because I think they're just so adorable, and we should be using them because they're adorable and we love them. All right. So there's our hippos with the bellies. Then for their noses or their snouts or whatever, I don't know what they would be called on a hippo. Anybody know? We're going to use petal pink because that's my favorite color to use for them. Aw, thanks, Debbie. So nice to see you, friend. Okay, so let's color this petal pink. Now I've resorted to calling it this because I don't know. Is it a nose? It's not really a nose. Well, it is a nose. Okay. Back and forth so it's nice and even. And then I'm going to show you that other card I made, the third one, remember? All right. Hi, Debbie. Nice to see you. Welcome. Okay. So we're just adding just a little bit. This one isn't as obvious with the dark and the light differences, but just a little bit. Okay, so this piece we don't need to do anything on, but this little one here, we're gonna fussy cut. So if you're liking today's video, please hit that thumbs up or the heart icon, and let's show YouTube and Facebook that you like these videos, and then it helps them, like their algorithm, to get it spread out to other people. And if you're loving it, share the video so your crafty friends can find us too. The more the merrier. And if you're catching the replay, do the same. Leave me comments. Tina says, I just called their nose a snout. Okay, well, maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. We're going to color their nose. Okay. So we're just cutting out this cute little hippo. Now I'm remembering, I believe there was dies for these too, wasn't there? I probably don't need to be fussy cutting this. But anyway, I didn't grab them, so we're gonna just go with this. So if you have the hippos, you probably have some coordinating dies. Snouts, okay, good. That's what we're gonna call them. These are their snouts, and we've colored them petal pink. And I love the little pop of pool party in there, and I think it's gonna look really fun on our card today. Let's pull in some extra color. Okay, there we have it. Alrighty, now here's the inside. Let's put the inside of the card in. Like this. How cute is that? It's so cute. Okay, now this little one, we're gonna just pop right there on our circle, and her little ballet foot is in like the perfect spot. Hi, Sonia, nice to see you. Thank you so much for sharing. I truly appreciate that. Okay, so there's our little ballerina. She's gonna go up like this. We're gonna pull in the same bling. And let's pick a color. So we've got like this one kind of looks like pretty peacocky. This is gray, and these are more like a white. So I think we'll use the gray ones to offset the hippo color here. I always like them in thirds. And somebody asked me one time, is that like a rule? And I said, no, it's just a preference. So you can do any which way you like. Maybe it needs another little bling down here. But now we have 4 and we need even. We need a, we'll just put there. We just went a little crazy with the bling. That's okay. All right, so there are the 2 we've made today using Hippest Hippos, which is our retired favorite we're bringing back from our stash, and creating this fun card using current paper, but you could switch this out easily. Do you see how easy you could just swap that out and change the colors? It would be great. And the stamp sentiment is from Pattern Friendship. And then ahead of time, I made one using the rhinos. So here's another one. Same products, just a different stamp set. For this one, I fussy cut and colored the little rhino. And as I mentioned, I used cloud cover, but you can see it's a little bit streaky in the coloring because I used my Stampin' Right marker. because it's not available quite yet in the blends. So that's what I did. And then on the inside, we have this another cute little rhino, hope your birthday is wild. But as you can see, I used the same exact layout, same consumables. And for this one, I did pop in a few extra little leaves. I felt like it just needed a bit more color. So there you have 3 cards, all using the same, very different looking, and I'd love to know which one is your favorite. Which one are you most excited and inspired by? So leave me a comment, let me know. And I'm going to try and come back into the camera view here. There we are. All right. So thank you all for joining me this Wednesday morning. If you were here live, I hope the rest of your day is fabulous. If you're catching the replay, I hope you had a fabulous day. And I hope that these cards inspire you to get a little crafty with your supplies. Pull some of those old ones that you love off of your shelf. Show them some love, get them inked up, stamp them. And let's continue this series of Craft from Your Stash. I would also love to see what you're making. If you want to head on over to my Creative Nest Facebook group. It's a private group, so I will have to allow you to come in, but just request to join, and I would love to see what you're creating. So post in there. It's a really safe community. We're very encouraging and friendly, so head on over to there if you're on Facebook. Again, it's called Creative Nest. And yeah, so thank you all for being here today. I'm seeing many comments about the hippos. Love it. Oh, Debbie loves the flowers. Okay, lots of different options. And just imagine the different stamp sets you could use for this one. So it's a great layout. I will have it posted to my blog, hopefully sooner than later. I'm a little behind on that. I'm not gonna lie, but I am intending to get some posts up there for you guys so that you have the measurements, the photos, and of course a link back to this replay. So thank you again for being here. I will go and change the descriptions on the videos because for some reason they resorted back to my last one, and then we'll carry on with our day. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for being here. Cheers.